Formation of colored ions. Most of the compounds of transition metals are colored, both in the solid state as well as in the aqueous solution. The color of the transition metal ions is due to d transition. Fill in the blank question. d transition taking place between the splitted d orbitals. This is actually a theory in coordination complexes, and the syllabus, when it is reduced, they remove this portion, that is crystal field theory. With that easily can be explained d transition. You just have to understand that the d orbitals are d5 or d subshells are there. In that dxy, dyz and dxz are and dx squared minus y squared and dz squared. These are the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 d orbital. They are divided into two sections. That is dxy, dyz and dxz one portion, and dx squared y squared, dx squared by minus y squared, ds squared another section. Therefore, because of this d transition, that only you should know, because the crystal field theory, no need. Therefore, this is the reason for the colored ions. The transition metal ions having completely filled d orbitals or completely empty d orbitals are colorless. Fill in the blank question. The transition metal ions having completely filled d orbitals or completely empty d orbitals are colorless. This is because in the former case there are no vacant d orbitals. That means it is completely filled, available for the promotion of electrons, while in the latter case there is no electron available. For the d transition, the basic reason is color and colorless is due to d transition. That is, thus CuD10 Zn2 plus 3d10, that is copper 3d10, Zn2 plus 3d10, Cd cadmium 2 plus 4d10, mercury 2 plus 5d10. Ions are completely filled orbitals and are colorless. Since the syllabus colored ions, all the fill in the blank questions and the give reason questions are very important. 1 year from the D block and F block elements, lot of questions, even the 5 marks question they divided into 5 sections with the 1 mark each. Therefore, all the point write and study, because they possess completely empty d orbital. They are also will be colorless. Then formation of complexes. The transition metal ions form a large number of complex compounds. The great tendency of the transition metal ions to form complexes is due to the following reason. Small size of the transition element, high nuclear charge, availability of the vacant d orbitals. Then alloy formation. The transition metals form a number of alloy among themselves. These alloys are hard and often high melting points. The tendency of the transition elements to form alloys among themselves must be attributed to the fact that their atomic size are very similar. Fill in the blank question or give reason question. Due to almost similar atomic sizes, one metal can easily replace the other metal from its lattice to form solid solution. Normally give reason question, 1 mark question, half mark for 1 point and half mark for another point. If 2 points are there, you should write 2 points, then only you will get 1 mark. And if it forms solid solutions are all called alloys. This is why transition metals are miscible with one another in the molten state, because their size is almost similar. The molten solution of 2 or more transition metals on cooling gives corresponding alloy. From that give reason question, make a mark about that.